What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we got a brand new video of Minato Namikaze, the skill Edo Tensei Minato confronting karma. So this is going to be an in-depth analysis. So if you guys are curious as to why this character is so good, because I do in my previous videos, if you watch my summon videos, if you watched my should you pull video, you know, I say that this guy is pretty busted. So this video is pretty much telling you why and more about him. So if you're still borderline, you know, deciding whether you want to pull him or not, or you're just curious as to how good this guy actually is, well, this is the video to watch. So let's see, starting right off, Minato Namikaze, what makes him, or Minato, yeah, I guess it's Minato, my bad. He has vast range. That is one of the biggest things about him, right? So he has vast, here, just zoom in a little bit. That's fine. Okay. So his base cost is 60. He's a skill unit, and he has vast range. So he has 1500 attack with vast range, and the HP, as long as it's over 1000, it's fine. You know, like you don't need 2000 HP on a unit. So the HP is perfectly fine. The HP is perfectly fine. Other than that, the biggest thing to note is that he is not a Blazing Fest unit. So what does that mean? That means that he is available in every single banner for the most part, right? He's not an exclusive unit. You can get, he'll be in the general pool to summon, whereas Blazing Fest units are only able to be summoned on Blazing Fest units, right? So once Blazing Fest leaves, you have 0 chance of pulling that unit. But for Minato's case, any banner you ever pull on, you'll have a small chance of getting him. Right, so that's the cool thing about him. Now he is the 3rd unit to have vast range behind Obito, the Blazing Fest Obito, and the other Minato, which was Blazing Fest as well. So, you know, he's pretty good already, considering that he's not a Blazing Fest unit, because what Bandai tends to do is the Blazing Fest units tend to be on a different power level, for example, compared to the non-Blazing Fest units. And this is just, you know, it's pretty straightforward when you're just comparing stuff. If you take a look at One Till Naruto, you take a look at Utakata, you take a look at Tsunade, Obito, who am I missing? Madara. Right, those guys, you know, they stand out real quickly. Those guys are extremely strong compared to any unit, you know, that is not a Blazing. If you're trying to compare them to another Blazing Fest, that's a different story. But if you're comparing them to a non-Blazing Fest, they kind of just like destroy them in a sense, you know? In comparison, that might not be the case for every single unit, but I'm just giving you the general idea. So this guy not being a Blazing Fest unit and being this strong is kind of weird. He could easily have passed off as a Blazing Fest unit with nothing else changed about him. And the thing is, it's not that he's like just slightly strong. He's pretty much borderline busted, and that comes down to his damage per chakra and his dupe abilities. Well, it's like the combination of his jutsus plus his dupe abilities, which make him pretty busted. So what is his field skill? Boost attack of skill units by 150 to 300, which is amazing, simply because the way, you know, the way you play this game is you don't run a rainbow team. So if this was any other color of boost attack, it'd be pretty much useless. You run your mono teams 99% of the time, right? You don't really run anything else. Whether you're doing objectives or if you're doing, if we take the Obito mission or the Obito raid, for example, you're not going to be running like Minato with like Itachi and then with, I meant the Heart Itachi with like a Killer Bee and, you know, someone else. You're going to be running a full team of skill for the most part. It just makes the raid, you know, you can run whatever the hell you want. I'm just saying that for the most part, that's what you're going to be running. So the fact that he has a field skill that boosts his own type is really good, and he's vast range. So what that means is field skill is directly correlated with your range. So if you have a short, you know, a short range, that field skill will only take place within your short range. If you have a vast range, the field skill will take place within the vast range. So this means that the other 2 units are almost like guaranteed to get a boost of at least 150, you know. The body skill reduced damage from body enemies by 20%, so he tanks against the type that he's already strong against, which is okay. It's nothing amazing. If this was tank against heart types, it'd be like 20 times better. But, you know, you're not going to be really putting him in the back line anyways, so it's really no big deal. His jutsu, and this is where things start getting good. 4 chakra for his jutsu, 8 chakra for his ultimate. 4 chakra is 4 times attack in skill to one enemy and gives 3 perfect dodges for 2 turns. And then the next one is 8 chakra, 11 times attack and skill to one enemy and gives 5 perfect dodges for 4 turns. So the way this works is, if you have 3 perfect dodges for 2 turns, you'll still have the perfect dodge on your turn when it comes back, I'm pretty sure. See, the way it works is, you don't lose, the turn you use perfect dodge, you don't lose anything. So if you use your thing, use your jutsu, and it'll say you have 2, like, and then it'll move over to the next unit. You'll still have 2 turns. See, now, I gotta double check, because it might actually run out on your turn, assuming you have a full team of 3. But if you skip out the middle row, and if you're running Minato and just a buddy, and you're not using a middle row, then I know for a fact that you'll have the perfect dodge. It's just that you might not have it if, you might not have it on your turn if you're running a full team of 6. Because it'll go to the next unit, which would be, like, for example, if you have Minato in your first slot, then you use your jutsu, you have 2 turns of perfect dodge, it'll go to the next guy, right? You'll still have 2 turns of perfect dodge right there. Then he'll use his jutsu or attack, it'll go to the next guy, you'll have 1 turn, and that'll be the final turn. Then it'll come back to Minato, and you'll have 0 turns, right? So it won't work unless you have the middle slot opened up, or if you're not running a friend in, like, Ninja Road, for example. But other than that, you can stack it if you use your ultimate jutsu, and then you manage to, get 3 chakra in the meantime. It's very easy to stack if you have the dupe abilities, let's put it that way. So what makes this so good, right? 4 times attack and 11 times attack, in terms of the damage alone, is already a good amount. So here I have we're gonna pull this up. I have my notepad right here. So Minato damage per chakra, right? 4 times attack times 1500 plus 100 for his his pills gives you 6400, right? Doesn't seem like a lot, but for 4 chakra, that's not bad. 1600 damage per chakra. And if we're taking a look at the damage per chakra of all the other units, 1600 for, and these damage per chakra lists are all these guys' ultimate jutsus, right? So you're comparing his single target, like regular jutsu, to his, like, to these guys' ultimate jutsus, damage per chakra. And the way, ultimate jutsus tend to have a higher multiplier since you're putting in more chakra into them. So 1600 fits right between this Sakura and the Karin. So, for a normal jutsu, that's pretty good, right? Now, taking a look at his ultimate jutsu, it is the same thing, but instead of a 4 times multiplier, it is a 11 times multiplier, giving you 2200 damage per chakra, and that fits him right above the KCM Naruto. So right below the Tsunade and above the Naruto, which, considering that the Utakata is a Blazing Fest, the Tsunade is a Blazing Fest, and the Sasuke has a limit break. Sorry, voice. The Sasuke has a limit break, being the 4th hardest hitter for, skill type is no joke in a sense, And on top of that, that's not even talking about the fact that he gets perfect dodge, right? So for the next 4 turns, you'll have 5 perfect dodges. So you pretty much just won't be touched. So that, that has its own merit to it. And so he does a lot of damage for 8 chakra. And then on top of that has perfect dodge. Now where stuff gets really fun is with his dupe abilities. So you got increased multiplier by 1. These ones I don't really like anymore. The 10% chance to consume 0 chakra and on jutsu and ultimate, just because 10% chance is so low. This needs to be, in my opinion, this needs to be 20 or 30% chance to be considered a extremely strong duplicate. Right now it's not bad, But I'd rather have, instead of this, I'd rather take another increased multiplier or like 100 attack up. You know what I mean? Something that I know is consistent and will always be there. Then the fourth one is increased multiplier by 1 again, and the last one is reduced chakra gauge by 1. So this is the big one right here. So what this does essentially is makes his jutsus go from 4 and 8 to 3 and 6. So he has a 3 chakra and a 6 chakra ultimate jutsu, which also does more damage because if you have this ability, that means you already have these two. So instead of being a 4 and 11 times multiplier, you're talking about a 6 and 13 times multiplier. And now what does the damage per chakra look like with that? So if we take a look at this, open this up right here. So let's go back to this so you guys can take a look. Normal jutsu ends up being 3200 damage per chakra, which puts them right, it's 4 below the Tsunade. Puts them right there, right? For his normal jutsu, remember that. And then his ultimate jutsu ends up being 3467 damage per chakra, which makes him the second damage per chakra efficient unit in skill team. And if you guys were actually curious, this is more damage per chakra than Untitled Naruto, if Untitled Naruto isn't hitting a wisdom unit. If he's hitting a wisdom unit, it's slightly higher. But for the most part, he does more damage per chakra than a fully limit broken Shippuden skill Sasuke. He does more damage per chakra than Tsunade. And, you know, like the rest of you guys don't even come close. So when you max, this guy is 100% worth it to put your ability stones in, because there's such a huge difference from when he's not duped. From when he's not duped, he's a good unit, right? From when he's fully duped, he's a broken unit. Which is why I said on my should you pull video, pull for him and use your stones on him. Right? And which is why I also went, you know, full ham summoning for him. I managed to get all 6 copies I needed to max his abilities, and I still have my stones saved. But yeah, at least that kind of explains it, why he's so good. Now, in terms of his usability, when it comes to raids and anything like that, he can easily solo stuff. And when I mean solo, I literally mean solo. So you don't need a buddy unit. Like, well, yes, you have to take anything that is Ninja Road. You have to take a friend unit, right? But if you take another Minato and this guy, you're gonna solo everything, because you're gonna be having your chakra back. Like you're gonna be having your perfect dodge always up essentially, and you're gonna be just doing a bunch of damage. And then Ninja Road, Kabuki actually showed that you can solo Ninja Road with this single unit. Kind of shows why this unit's busted. But that's really it for the most part. In my opinion, I think he's top 3, definitely top 5 characters in this entire game. My top 3 or top 5 would be Untitled Naruto, then Madara, then this Minato, followed by Jiraiya, and then like Utakata. I'd have to think more about everything else, and that isn't set in stone. That is just off the top of my head. So that's really it for now. At least you guys have an understanding of why this guy is so good. And you know, maybe if some of you guys were borderline confused or not sure if you wanted to pull for him, maybe this helped you guys change your mind a little bit. But yeah, that's really it. So really isn't anything else to show. Actually, do I have it right here? Yes. So in terms of top nukers, he also does, you know, for 6 chakra, he does a lot of damage, you know what I mean? For 6 chakra, he's competing with like all these guys up here. So that's the other thing I just want to point out. That's really it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.